Hello, this is Pal Jasmine Gonzalez. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to YouTube. So yeah, it's May, uh, June 1st, 2021. We made it June. Cases are going down in COVID, which is good. I got a wrestling show in 2 weeks in June 12th in Massachusetts, Ludlow, Massachusetts, at the Ludlow Walk for Battlefront Extreme. I haven't been in Battlefront since 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019. And I'm looking forward to make it back there. Going to be in a tag match, and that's going to be fantastic. So yeah, make sure to check the show if you are living near Ludlow, Massachusetts. So I will be there. I'll be bringing the circus, and so I'm looking forward to that. I was in New York City about a week ago, and I was helping a friend of mine with a theater project. Everything went well. It was a fantastic experience. I was happy that I was helping my friend with that project. So yeah, and now I'm trying to figure out a bunch of stuff because I got my laptop dead in there. As you can see, it's not working. Windows 10 is not booting up, and I'm in this screen. And if I get out of that screen, it starts a loop of booting, and I hate it. I don't know what's going on. I think at this point I may need to get a new laptop or a computer, CPU, or a desktop. But right now I'm upset because I use my computer to apply for jobs and all that kind of stuff, and also for schoolwork. So I lost everything. I don't know if I lost my files in that computer. Um, but right now I'm limited on what I can do with the computer. I cannot watch Netflix in there, and I usually like after work I sit down, eat dinner, watch stuff on my computer, and now I can do not even do that. Um, so I need a computer. I need a new computer. Um, and it's highly upsetting for me to have to deal with this situation because I was not expecting that. Um, and that in addition to the situation with my car, um, the ABS light came up, the electronic stability control light came up. I went to not advanced AutoZone, and did this. I used their scan tool, and I found out that I have to replace the rear wheel, the hub assembly that includes the wheel bearing, and that also connects to the wheel speed sensor, and that's what controls the activation of the ABS. So I have to replace that, and that's a couple of hundreds in there. So besides the fact that I would be the one doing the job, but I have to get a few more tools to be able to do the job. So I'm not looking forward to this, honestly. And my dad was like, "Oh, why you don't take it to a mechanic?" I'm like, "I don't have money to take it to a mechanic because going to an auto mechanic is probably going to cost me about 200 or 300 bucks, and I don't have that amount of money with me. Even though I'm working what they consider full time hours. Um, I'm still not making it. I don't generate enough money. I can cover the rent. Can probably pay my car, and my car still have a bunch of payments too due that is due. It's ridiculous. Um, I can't wait until I'm done with paying the card. So with that money that goes into a card can go into something else, because right now it's like even the debt that I owe is difficult to pay. So yeah, um, I don't know. I I hope for the best, but like the computer is something that to me, it's necessary to have a computer these days, even if it's just a laptop. Um, so this is a priority. Um, Again, mostly because of the possibility of me going back to school, but also mostly because everything is done online these days. Job applications online, job interviews sometimes online. Everything is done with a computer. Plus, I have my files from school. I have stuff that I like to do, um, things that I like to work that I need the computer, and so I definitely need to get a new computer. Definitely need to get a new laptop or a desktop, and that's one. And then I need to fix the car because I don't want the car to die. Because if I lose the car, unfortunately, where I live, I need a car. This is not New York City. This is Albany, New York, and the options when it comes to public transportation system, they are not the best around. Like going to my job will require me to take at least um, two buses, and it will make going to work a little more complicated. It will make it more complicated also to get from work to my apartment, especially if I'm working at I get out at night, and of course losing a car, it's just going to limit my mobility. So in in all, I need a car. I need to keep my car, and that's why I need to fix it so I can keep that car on the road. It's it's upsetting too because I'm stuck working at Walmart, and yeah, I do get some money and other kind of stuff. But like in all honesty, I'm highly underpaid for my level of education. I'm highly underpaid. I'm not learning any skills that will help me get something better, and it has just become for me frustrating, and I just don't know what to do. In all honesty, and it's like I'm sticking to a job because I need the money, but at the same time looking at the future, I begin to feel now like this is bullshit. This is going to end up in nothing. I don't have the time to play and say in a company to become a store manager. I'm not interested in becoming a store manager either. I don't want to get stuck in retail. I prefer. I have other options that I could use that will probably provide more money in the long term. But at the same time, I have never been able to find a job in those areas. So it's frustrating in that sense that I spend money going to school. I'm shit ton of debt pretty much because I own over $90,000 in student loans, and I don't know how I'm going to ever pay that. Not with 17 an hour. Because 17 an hour is I'm just scraping by pretty much. It's totally completely frustrating, and knowing that I cannot find something that a career job, because I don't see retail as a career. I really don't, and I don't care. I don't know. I mean, like, from my point of view, I don't see it as a career. If somebody can change my mind, you're welcome to comment here in this video. But like, honestly, I don't see retail as a career at all. Like, I don't see it. I really don't. Um, I did went to school for engineering, but I cannot find anything in engineering. I cannot find anything in environmental engineering either. In the consultant firm, even though I have the first part of engineering, the engineering training certificate here in New York, and I can get my license within 2 years because of me having a master's degree. I still cannot find anything in that field, and I've been out of that field too for more than 10 years too, which doesn't help either. And when you look at my resume, you see the experience that I had before with the state as an engineer. I no longer have that experience. I've been out of the field. I haven't worked as an engineer. I've been working in retail, been working in manufacturing, but I haven't worked as an engineer. So my knowledge has been limited because the jobs that I've been getting, they don't provide me the experience that I need. And it's frustrating too in that sense because I know that. It's like if I'm going to work as a bookkeeper, at least I need to have some level of experience, but how can I get experience if I don't have experience? So it's an endless loop. And it's frustrating because of that. At the same time, I know that I still love theater, I still love wrestling. But that doesn't pay a lot of money, so it's rough. It's tough, honestly. And I was going to school for automotive mechanic because automotive management, which is kind of like auto mechanics and business administration. I like working with cars. I like engineering. So learning about cars is fun for me, and I enjoy it. And mostly, I've been working on doing the job in my car myself, and I'm not an expert. And I admit it. I only work like right now. I live in an apartment complex, so my space for working in cars is limited. But I do the job by myself, so that way I can save some money because sometimes you pay money for to have your car fixed, and yes, you have somebody that may be knowledgeable, but like when your money is very limited, $300, that's a lot of money. That's almost close to a weekly paycheck, and that's a hit on the budget. Um, and I just wish that I could get something better, a job that would pay more money, and it's unfortunately I haven't been able to find it, and all this begin to hit me again, and especially now because like I need the computer and I need to fix the car, and I also just spent money getting my passport, which people say, "Oh, you shouldn't spend money on that," but like I needed to do it because at my age, my parents are getting old and they're in Puerto Rico, and with the travel regulations now requiring you to have a specific ID, it's good to have the passport, even if I'm going to Puerto Rico, and I know that to go to Puerto Rico you don't need to have a passport, but it simplifies the process a good ID to be able to travel on board a plane. So I I I think for me it's important to have that um, because if something were to happen to my parents, how I can just purchase the tickets and just go to Puerto Rico and deal with whatever situation that happens down there. Even though I doubt that I would be able to do too much if something were to happen to my parents because I'm freaking poor. Oh, something happened to my parents. Oh well, um, I don't know. So it's upsetting, and I think I got the right to be upset about it. But at the same time, it's like I also understand that the pandemic affected everything pretty much. So I don't know how businesses have been affected per se, but like it's it's been a rough year. But I just hope that I can figure a way to find a money to be able to get a new laptop, new computer, and also fix my car. Um, because they need to get fixed, but it's like money that I wasn't counting on spending. Um, it is what it is, and that's not the only problem with my car. I also have to fit the ambient temperature sensor, which I still haven't fixed. That's also in the to-do list for car. And of course, I think I need at this point also I may need to replace my spark plugs. I haven't replaced those since I bought the car, so that's in the to-do list of repairs that my car may need. Um, Oof, that's a lot of stuff. Anyway, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But for now, it's just been a rough week, and I'm still trying to see what I can do to figure this out. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. Peace out, everybody. So wear a mask. Get vaccinated. Please get vaccinated. That's going to help stop the pandemic completely. So get vaccinated if you can. Thank you, and stay safe.